Alright, what is going on my broskies? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. In this video, there's a whole bunch of brand new support effects, so I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm going to go through every single one of these supports. I might be skipping certain parts of this video because there are a lot of characters to go through, and I just want to point out any specific support effects that are just amazing, and I want to just talk about them because, you know, obviously support effects are getting more and more important in the game, and we're just seeing with the recent release of Coliseum Sun Goro, and support effects were so vital in that quest for just clearing it easier, and support effects are getting way stronger even on Japan. Like the latest batch that just arrived on Japan were phenomenal, so I'm really looking forward to more supports. I have no idea all the characters here. I don't know all of these support effects, so this is going to be a bit of an exploration between both of us here as we go through the brand new support batch. So shout out to the subreddit Discord for putting up all the IDs for the characters, so we can go ahead and just copy and paste the IDs and we can get talking to them. So let's go ahead and get started and see if any one of these characters has a really good support effect. So Pedro, let's have a look here. What has he got? Okay, he's just stat boost. Now, I'm not pointing out stat boosting effects. Stat boosters are just so common now. I literally don't care. Like, yeah, some stat boosters might be really good because they might be really high, but look, stat boost, I just don't care. If they've got a really unique effect, those are the ones I want to point out to you guys. So we've got Hachan right here. I love this rare recruit, by the way. One of my favorite rare recruits. Okay, here we go. Nami, Kami, and Papagu. So mainly Nami, you're not really using Kami or Papagu all that much. But it says, once per adventure, when the supported character uses this special, changes the supported characters and adjacent orbs, including block, into recovery. This is pretty good. This could be put on Nami for sure. This is very similar to, what's her face? Karina, that gets put on Nami, where she only changes adjacent orbs, and she doesn't get rid of block orbs. Whereas this does change adjacent orbs and the supported character slot into recovery no matter what. And remember, support effects do not activate enemy interrupts. So I like this. This is actually really good. I'd say if you start pulling this guy from Rare Recruit, start saving them for his support effect. That's really good. Good stuff from Hachan. Alright, so now we got Watatsume. Let's see what Watatsume is all about. Stat boost, I don't care. Aladdin. I really hope not a majority of these are stat boosters. Like, I don't understand why they do this. Okay, Jinbei and Charlotte Praline. So Praline's really good, and Jinbei, there's lots of good Jinbeis in the game, so this has promise. Once per adventure, when the supported character uses the special, lock orbs for Powerhouse for one turn, and changes the right column slots from top to bottom into recovery and quick. That's extremely niche. I don't really know too many circumstances where you're gonna be using that. I'm trying to think though, because I think if you activate Praline's special, she changes the left column slots into, is it strength? It should be strength XI, right? Or strength side X, whatever it is. So that means if you have Praline and you have this support effect, that gives you all the slots that you need in order to actually activate V2 Jinbei's 2.25 times attack boost. Okay, that's interesting then. That could see play. But then again, V2 Jinbei is just not that good. V2 Jinbei just ain't that good, bro. Unfortunately, like, look, it's not a bad effect. I would say if you get copies, I think it's probably worth saving. You never know when you're gonna need it, but it's not amazing, right? This is the Cyro Recruit Mihawk from the Wipe It and Marco batch, and he's just stat boosts. Great. Valentine's Day Carrot. Valentine's Day Carrot is actually a pretty good unit. Like, she has a really good chain multiplier effect. She removes chain debuff, so I hope that she does that. Yep, she does. Only attaches to Chopper, though. Once per adventure, when you're inflicted with chain coefficient reduction or chain multiplier limit, reduces that by 2 turns. That's still pretty good. Yeah, I like it. I'd say if you start pulling copies of this unit, start saving her up. She's actually pretty good. Not bad. The next is going to be Burgess. Jesus Burgess. The Dex one from the Lucy batch. And, okay, he attaches to the Blackbeard Pirates, essentially. Once per adventure, when the supported character uses a special boost attack against delayed enemies by 1.3. Too bad that none of these units are delayers. At least to my knowledge. I don't remember these units being delayers at all. Or I can't think of any of those characters that would be delayers. So you have to use it in tandem with other effects, but I guess it's not terrible. Yeah, it's not terrible, but it's a little situational. You really need to bring a delay in order for that to work. And unfortunately, delayed conditional boosts are just not as good as defense down conditional boosts. Yeah, this is a Coliseum unit. Coliseum Icaros. Okay, I've never maxed this guy out, I don't think. He should just be stat boost, I think. Yep, he's just stat boosters. Thank you very much for that. I believe most of the free-to-play ones are going to be stat boosting ones. Not too many yeah, not too many free-to-play units have like amazing god tier supports. Most of the time, it's the summonable units. Yeah, all these units are just very bad. And it's kind of weird because you'd think that for characters that aren't really seeing that much play, that they'd put a little bit of effort in to try and give them a very unique support effect, but they just don't do it. And I mean, look, the latest batch in Japan, which I talked about very briefly at the start of this video, the recent batch on Japan have been really, really good, and they have made some of those older rare recruits that basically never see play, they make them more usable again, which in my opinion is really good. Okay, does Neptune have a good one? No, he's just stat boost. That is unfortunate. Coliseum Arlong probably also going to be the same. But yeah, like the recent batch in Japan was very impressive. They added lots of amazing support effects, and I just don't get how it's taken this long for them to kind of realize that people are kind of sick of, people are kind of sick of support effects that are just straight up stat boosters. Like, if people summon for legends and they use the medallions on those legends, like, most of the time, you're just never going to use these specific effects, because like literally nearly every team that I use, I'll be using like Big Mom support, Bullet support, V2 Shank support, V1 Mihawk support, like all those characters that are legends that have humongous stat boosts. Those are the typical ones that you're going to be using. Of course, not everyone has access to that, and you know, sometimes you got to resort to these, but just saying that if you give stat boost to like literally like 80% of the support units, like it doesn't really help you out in a lot of situations. It's kind of dumb. And again, like this is really, really bad. So many stat boosting supports, and it's kind of weird for global because the global and the JP side, they kind of release support characters in very, very random batches. There's no real rhyme or reason to the way that they release support effects. But it's kind of weird because on JP, they release a lot of support rare recruit batches or just support batches to add support effects to new characters. They do a lot of them, but then they only do a little bit per time. Whereas Global, they don't release some for like months on end, and then out of the blue, they'll release one and it has like 100 different characters on it. So I don't really understand why they do that either. That's a really big pain, because there are some support effects that like it would be nice to have them on Global, but we don't have them yet. So hopefully we'll go through some really good ones today. But so far, okay, there's the support. So far a lot of these have been really bad. I'm not expecting a lot of these free-to-play units to have good supports. I probably shouldn't have even looked at this unit. Yeah, this is just trash. Like, as I said, I'm not like, some of these supports with stats might be really good, but majority of them are not. So I'm not really taking any time out of my day to read what they do. Massive shout out to the subreddit Discord, by the way, for providing the actual IDs for these characters. Makes locating them much easier for you guys, so we can go through them with you. So King Do, this is a rare recruit character, and he's just an HP support unit. Okay, that's great. Blenheim from the V1 Aokiji batch from a while back. More stats, great. Fortnite Tanaka, I would bet he's like 3% stats or something like that. 7%. Oh, that's not terrible, but not good. Raid character Karina. Oh my god, what a throwback, dude. What a throwback. Nope. Okay, Coliseum Bins. Okay. Coliseum Bins, do you have any hope for us right here? No, you don't. Okay, Coliseum Iron, and I probably regret doing this, but I bet she has a very, very similar stat line. Yep, okay, Fortnite Kumadori. This is just a waste of time, I think. This is a massive waste of time. Yep, okay, I'm gonna skip the Fortnite units. I'm not even gonna fuck with it. Okay, next is gonna be Elizabello, one of my favorite rare recruits in the game. Does he have a good support effect? Stat boosts, only to King Riku. God damn, that's trash, because there are like no good King Riku units in the game. God damn, that is garbage. Okay, Suleiman. Is he a conditional booster? No, even his Coliseum one is a conditional booster, dude. Holy shit. I'm going to skip the Fortnite units. Coliseum Saga. He is an attack and all booster for slashes, I believe he was. Yes. Oh, no, he's an attack boost for a slasher and driven. And he's a stat booster. Great. Fortnite Foxy. Oh, no, Coliseum Foxy, sorry. Does he have anything good going for him? Probably not. Nope. Okay. Abdullah and Jeet. I'm going to skip a lot of the Fortnite units from now on just because I know that they're going to be garbage. Abdullah and Jeet. I love this rare recruit. But unfortunately, he's going to be giving more stat boosts. Rare recruit Hajuden. Do we have anything going on here? Hajuden. Maybe? No. More stat boosts. God damn. Coliseum Paulie. What are you up to, my boy? What are you up to, Paulie? Just giving some damage reduction. Okay, we've got a lot of Fortnite units. 3-day 2-year rare recruit Zora. Okay, this is a really good unit on release. A lot of people were hyping this dude up. And unfortunately, he's got a stat boosting support. Okay, Coliseum. No. Rare Recruit Kumadori. Maybe Kumadori has something good. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Kumadori. Nope. Okay. Bluno. I remember using Bluno a lot back in the day. I think he was a powerhouse attack booster. Yeah, he is a powerhouse attack booster. And he's a stat boosting support. Surprise, surprise. And then Dex Rare Recruit Kaku, who was used a lot when Hody Jones was like the best speed captain in the game. More stat boosts. Kimono Limited Rare Recruit Toadskii. I don't even have this unit, dude. Like, these old school limited rare recruits, they're like really garbage units. I don't have like any of them. So, very interesting unit. 5% damage reduction, 12% HP added the smoker. Yeah, it's not very good anyway. Who else do we have? A lot of old school Coliseum units. We've got some other support effects. The young limited rare recruit unit, yeah, Luffy, and he is going to be stat boosts. And we've got the young ace, who I would predict is going to be stat boosts. Yes, okay. Coliseum Garnfor. Does Garnfor have anything interesting? I have a strange feeling Garnfor might have something. Let's have a look. No, he's just going to be stat boosts. Lion Song Rare Recruit Zoro. Lion Song Rare Recruit Zoro. Old school unit. Here we go. Okay, so he attaches to a Dex character. Once per adventure, when the enemy applies attack up or enrage, reduce damage received above 3,000 by a certain percentage for 1 turn. That's not bad. That is not terrible, but it's a very defensive support effect. So in my opinion, I'm not a big fan of it, but hey, it's an effect, right? It's an effect, which means it'll probably have some use somewhere down the line. Okay, and then the last one we can go through is Int Rare Recruit Robin. Is it the one I'm thinking of? Yes, I've actually been saving copies of this unit because I was told by someone that this unit's actually pretty good. So it attaches to int characters, and then once per adventure, when you use your special, boost the attack of int characters by 1.3 for 1 turn. Yeah, I'm pretty happy I saved that one. Just like if there's any situation where the enemy interrupts an attack boosting effect, you can have this support effect instead, which is pretty nice to have. So that's cool. Not amazing, but it's really, really cool. So that's all of the generic characters out of the way. Now we have the Sugo Fest exclusive. So let's start off from the top and we'll work our way down. So let's go through Redhead Shanks. I'm going to guess he's going to be stat boosts. No, he's not. Okay, so he attaches to any Psi unit, and it says once per adventure when the support character uses a damage dealing or health cutting special, changes strength, quick Psi int orbs on Psi characters into Psi. That's not bad. I can automatically think of like Whitebeard and Marco, for example. I could work on that, but then again, if you're using them as a captain, but if you're using them as a sub and you specifically want your Psi characters to have a guaranteed matching slot, but then again, it won't get rid of recovery, but the switchability will make recovery matching. So yeah, that's still a way, but then again, you could still use someone like Raid Ace, for example, that could be doing that. But just to guarantee you some Psi slots, the only thing, it doesn't make recovery in tandem beneficial, but if you're using, you know, other sort of ways to make recovery in tandem beneficial, that's not terrible. Okay, he's okay. I wouldn't say it's the best support effect in the game, but I'd say it's usable. So, okay, it's fine, it's passable. Cavendish. Okay, look, I haven't used Cavendish in such a long time. I think literally the last time I used Cavendish was when his Super Evolution came out and he was boosted on the treasure map. I think that was the last time I used him. So let's go and have a look at Cavendish. He attaches to any quick unit, and once per adventure, when the supporter character uses their special, changes the support character slot into quick, and then boosts the attack and orbs of the character by 1.5. Okay. That's not bad. That is not bad. Again, you remember, support effects do not activate interrupts, so the fact that you can get a guaranteed 1.5 attack and orb boost and a quick slot on that character is pretty good. Automatically, the character that would come to mind that would work really well with this would be like Cracker, for example. Like if there's a really annoying strength boss, like a mini boss on a Coliseum, you could just pop like a Cracker special, and then Cracker will just hit so freaking hard, especially with this on top of it. Or even on a final boss stage, like Cracker just himself would hit really, really hard. And Cracker, when you use his special, he changes like all those really shitty orbs into matching anyways. So you're going to be getting the orb guaranteed, just so long as the boss just doesn't interrupt orb manipulation or color affinity or chain boosting effects, right? So I like it. I think this is pretty good. I don't think it's worth using support medals on. Just I can't really think of too many situations where you'd need it, but it ain't bad. It ain't bad. The next one is going to be 6+ Kizaru, arguably one of the worst legends in the game. He desperately needs a V2 at some point. So let's have a look at his support. To only Akainu and Aokiji, once per adventure, when the enemy inflicts you with orb randomization, changes all orbs and shooters and slashes into matching. Yeah, okay, it's pretty good, but again, pretty situational. It only works for shooters and slashes. So, well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, like literally just all of the Doflamingo challenges, the GARP challenges that I was completing, I don't remember if they manipulate your orbs anywhere between the start and the boss stage, but on the final boss stage, the Doflamingo does shuffle your orbs around. I can't remember if any of the other bosses do that along the way. I can't honestly remember, but this would be a good support effect to get a guaranteed full board of slots on the slasher or the shooter variation, but that does require you to have an Akainu or an Aokiji for that specific variation, so you'd only probably get this to run on the shooter variation, unfortunately. But even still, it's not a terrible effect, but I just can't see too many situations where you're going to get the most out of that effect, unfortunately. So now we've got Time Skip Luffy, one of the OGs, one of my favorite units in the game. You guys who have been long-time viewers of the channel would know everything about that. So Time Skip Luffy support effect. Let's have a look at what he does. He attaches to essentially all the Straw Hats except for Brook, for some reason. Why doesn't Brook get a support attachment? Everyone except Brook. That literally doesn't make sense to me. Either way, once per adventure, when the support character uses their special, Dex, Quick, and Sight Orbs are beneficial for all characters. Wow, that's pretty good. I like that a lot, actually. Like, just make 3 orbs beneficial when you use a special. That's fantastic. That's really good. I mean, there's not really much else to say. It's pretty good. And then his 6+ does have a super evolution as well. His 6+ does have a support effect as well, which is slightly different. So again, it's the same characters without Brook for some reason, and when the supported character uses their special, make Strength, Int, and Recovery and Tandem Orbs beneficial for 1 turn. Dude, like, this is so good. I love this a lot, actually. So yeah, I do think that they're both worth maxing out. Is it worth using support medals on? Probably not, but I love that the options there, right? I think it's pretty good. Hody Jones, my boy Hody Jones is going to be getting a support effect as well. Let's have a look and see what he's all about. Hody Jones, he attaches to Fisher Tiger as well as the new Fishman Pirates. Okay. When you're inflicted with Special Rewind, reduces the character's cooldown by 2 turns. Okay. I think out of all the characters here, Hyozo will see the most play. Like, Zio's okay, but he's a little outdated. There's no good Dosun, no good Ikaros units. Daruma, not so much. Hyozo had that recent rare recruit with V2 Zora and V2 Mihawk, and then Fisher Tiger, the only one in the game, is the limited rare recruit one. So you're only really going to be attaching it to the Dex Hyozo and the Psy Fisher Tiger. So, yeah, it's fine, but again, a little situational, but it's okay. And then we have V1 Sanji's also getting a support effect. I think he's a chain booster with his support effect, so I think I'm excited about this one. Nami, Chopper, and Brook adds 0.5 to the chain for 1 turn. That's pretty good. Like, that's just generically good. I like it. He's good. Like, that's all I can really say. We've got 2 more support effects to really talk about. This one, Whitebeard. I was waiting for this one for a while, so this is a really good support effect. Only attaches to Marco and Ace, but just simply, when you're inflicted with despair, reduce it by 3 turns. Fantastic. Really good support effect, right? And especially because, like, the dual Marco and Ace just came out on One Piece Treasure Cruise Global. Just getting more utility effects is great, right? So really, really nice. Now, there is one other support effect. Unfortunately, this character does not have a support effect on Japan. And the reason for that is because this character is not on Japan. So Kung Fu Luffy is actually receiving a support effect. We have no idea what it is, but if we had to make an assumption, I'm going to assume that it's going to be regarding this. I'm going to assume it's some sort of damage reducing effect, or it could be an all manipulation effect, and he's probably going to attach to all the Straw Hats. Honestly, it'd be nice if he attached to all characters, and then, like, potentially, if you're inflicted with orb manipulation, he can change adjacent orbs into matching. Like, something like that would make this character extremely valuable. I hope that it is for all characters and a really powerful support effect. But we'll have to wait and see until the actual support effects go live, because currently we have no idea what his support effect could possibly be. But it is exciting that a character that is only available on Global right now is going to be getting a support effect. So I'm very interested to see what he's all about. I hope this guy gets a 6+ later down the line. But that's going to wrap up this video today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Unfortunately, there weren't many good support effects that we could really talk about here. Obviously, the Legends were very good. And then there were a few that we talked about at the start, like Heart Charm was pretty good. The Carrot was pretty good, Valentine's Carrot. Like, those specific ones were actually pretty decent. But unfortunately, a lot of the supports were pretty average. So there we go. I'm looking forward to Kung Fu Luffy, though. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today. And if you guys did, make sure to leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.